Hello.
How are you?
Come on in. I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
My name is Loni Love. Tyler Henry may recognize me from Chelsea Lately. I'm a comedian. I also have a talk show called The Real. So happy you're here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Come on in.
Awesome. When the door opened, I didn't recognize who answered it, but I felt like giving her a hug. She just had such an immediately warm and inviting energy, so I went for it.
Sit right down here.
All right, sounds good.
I'm really excited to get a reading from Tyler. You know, there have been a couple of things that's happening as far as with my family, but mostly in the love life. I'm nosy. I want to find out. I'm excited that you are here. I've heard so much about you.
Oh, great.
But you look so young.
Oh, I know, I'm only 19.
Well, I hope you can help me.
Absolutely,
That's
no
why
worries.
I asked you to come here.
Great.
So
I'm glad to be here. Awesome.
I think that people do have that ability, and I never want to take that away from them. But every time I see a psychic, they tell me I have bad luck. It might have been the price, because it's like they $5. Maybe if I get a more expensive psychic, it'd be different. Are you sensing anything in the love section, the love life?
The love section. All right.
Do you see Idris Elba anywhere?
I see Denzel.
Oh my God,
I
really?
do. It's coming through.
Seriously?
Well, we'll try to find our Denzel. We'll establish. We'll see what comes through.
No worries.
Oh gosh. Okay. So yeah, let's look at love life. Well, I'm referencing to I will have to make sure what's past, what's present, like what's future. I do have to. What would this be? James.
Oh, that's the past, James. I can tell you right now that.
In the New York of the James.
Oh my goodness.
That's the past one. Okay. I just got a reference to a Lawrence or a Larry, so this is good to keep in mind. I'm referencing it, it's coming through, and there's a.
I like Lawrence's.
I like it, but keep your eyes peeled. As far as relationships go, I don't see you single, ultimately. I don't see you alone, ultimately. I do see you in a relationship, ultimately. But right now is more so about career, and that's not a bad thing. That's
You're
an
right.
awesome thing. So,
You're absolutely right.
when people ask me about their love life, the reality is that I generally will just see small details about their future partners, which to me, I think is a good thing. I think that part of the fun of developing a relationship is the not knowing, developing your own bonds and your own connections with someone that is authentically yours, as opposed to just trying to seek out a person because a psychic says so. I have a couple people coming through already. I'm just gonna kind of go all over the place. Okay, so immediately I'm being, first person I'm wanting to go to, I have a woman coming through. This is an older woman. She does make like a grandmother kind of a feeling to me. She's really sweet in the way that she's kind of coming across. She's a real strong woman and strong personality as this is coming across. She is acknowledging that she tried to wake you up once. So I know this is random, but she actually tried to wake you up once, and there was an incident. I don't know if that makes any sense. Does that click? She's like visiting, she's hanging out, she's talking about your hair. She's like, it's so funny. I don't know why she's putting emphasis on this, but she's like, for being older, she has like a spark about her, like a youth about her, and she's fun. Now, she is showing me a symbol for bright red lipstick. Or bright, like.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Does that make any sense at all?
Yep. That's Grandma Clarabelle.
Wow.
You know, they don't make Clarabelles no more.
No.
That's Clarabelle. That is her, and you are describing her to a T. Tyler felt the presence of my grandma, and I knew the minute he said red lipstick, because she loved red lipstick. My grandma Clarabelle was the head of our family.
There is a reference to a Bible that got passed down within family. This is good to keep in mind. It's coming through on Grandma's end. There's an emphasis on a Bible that got passed on. Do you know about that one?
Yes. Oh my God. I didn't tell you anything about it. That's why I've been waiting. I've been letting you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm used to getting information, sharing it, and connecting to spirits and having my client cry. That's usually the way that people just release and go through healing. But in this case, with Loni, everything that I was picking up on, her response was with laughter. And I think that in itself is a form of healing and also a form of release. When she comes through, is there anything that you need to know from her or any questions that you've had?
I want to know, does she like me best? No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
There we go. Just got that one. Someone has a cow cookie jar, a cow. There's a cow thing. I know it's weird. Well, hopefully not a cow thing.
No,
That'd be bad, but there's a cow.
No. My mom has the cookie jar.
Is it?
It's a big cookie jar with a cow.
Yeah, legitimately, it's like a cow cookie
keep
jar.
the cookies, yeah.
So she's showing me that, but let me see.
I want to know why she never gave me that recipe. No.
There actually, you joked about the recipe, but there legitimately was a recipe.
Yes.
There actually was.
Can you find out where she hid it?
This is funny. This is interesting. Well, because she's talking about how she used to, let me see where we're going. We got, there's also either this is like a chili recipe or like there's something, I've seen a big pot being stirred. So I don't know if it's gumbo, chili, what the deal is with this, but it's funny because she's referencing to a connection to cooking.
It's gumbo.
It's gumbo.
I want the gumbo recipe.
Okay. Because it's funny, she's referencing, she's talking about after she passed, there were things that were thrown out. Actually a little bit too much was thrown out accidentally.
I wanted to still get the gumbo recipe, but we're gonna still work on that part. Tyler's gonna have to think real hard. I just wanna know how she's doing. Is there anything she wants me to do for our family?
Right. Well, when she comes through, it's actually interesting because as she's coming across, she really for you comes through very strongly as like a mother figure. Like, she's like real loving, real maternal. So I think the biggest thing that she's referring to is that she's talking about within family. This is a very specific message. She's acknowledging that it's significant and important that you not feel responsibility for other family members.
Okay.
That you don't take on other family members' issues and problems because they're not your own.
Okay.
That you are living your own life, and there are going to be some circumstances that you kind of get pulled into, as people do in family. But there's a significance here of knowing what you're responsible for, know what you can do, but know what you can't.
Ooh, Grandma reading.
For real.
She's reading.
Coming through.
Oh, she knows me so well.
So,
okay.
Yeah. She is jumping up and down to me, which always indicates mobility, meaning that before passing, she had to have dealt with some issues as far as in the way this comes across with lower extremities.
There was a problem. She had a hip replacement, so he was spot on about that. But to hear him say that she jumped up when, he felt her jump up and he saw her jump up, I was like, okay, so now she's feeling okay. She's doing a little shindig up there.
Yeah, let's see what this would be. Unfortunately, someone passed away of cancer. Be on Mom's side. There is a reference to William or Willie? There's a reference to Willie, or some form of like a connection there, but that would be on Mom's side. So wherever that connection would be, that's where we'd see it.
Oh, that's my mom's, okay.
Who would that
boyfriend.
What's his name?
It's William.
William, okay.
Yes, and he passed.
And he passed.
A cancer.
Okay. He's showing me that he didn't want there to be any upsetness about how this cancer went, because he's saying that the timing of it, when he was initially going through it in the very beginning portion, that the way that this was handled wasn't handled properly.
Yeah, he didn't tell nobody.
Exactly. And he's acknowledging that this was something that he was frightened of, something that he was scared about. He wasn't a fan of doctors, but he's acknowledging the way this comes across, that almost like nothing could have been done even if I said it. And this is what's strange in the way that comes across. From his perspective, he's apologetic, but not wanting there to be any blame or upsetness about how this was handled, because that's just how he handled things. That's just how he handled things.
Could you let him know something?
Yep.
We still mad at him for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Understandably.
You channel that he could have told us. It was just a total shock, and it changed everybody's life. And so he should have told us so we could have gave him the love that he deserved.
Exactly.
Tell him that.
He just feels like, from his perspective, it's like the way he handled it.
He was always stubborn like that.
For sure. But honestly, I think a lot of that was rooted in fear. I think it really was on some level.
I guess. It just didn't like it, and my mom didn't like it. So Tyler, he helped me to understand why it happened, why William did what he did, being a man, and he thought he could handle it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just happy that, I got that closure, because sometimes when people die, it's important to tell people that you're sick. You miss these people, and I miss them all, but it was nice to hear from them. This was like eye-opening, seriously.
Good. Well, I'm seriously, sincerely always here, anytime.
You are authentic.
Thank you.
Because I didn't say anything to you. Thank you for this time.
Absolutely.
This has been a great afternoon.
In this reading, this really was an opening of communication. These were things that in life weren't talked about, but in death they did feel comfortable discussing, and really showed that they aren't that different from how they were in life, except their perspective did broaden and they did have a deeper understanding.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Tyler.
You're so sweet.
Oh,
thank you.
I feel the energy so positive and everything.
Absolutely.
You know, Tyler made me fearless. There were questions that I had about my family that, you know, were just lingering. And he gave me some insight, which is what I needed. He's the real deal. I will say that, because he told me too many things that people did not know. Nobody knew. I know he helped me a lot today. You take care, right?
Have a great rest of your day.
All right.
Thank you.
It's been great to have the family reunion. A little crying. I'm okay. Now I'm gonna go have me my own glass of wine. Thank you. Bye.
Mom, what the Buddha? Why are you rubbing it for good luck?
It's for good luck. That's what they put it for you.
I'm Jeannie Mai. I'm a television personality. I co-host an amazing talk show called The Real on Fox. I'm also on Snoop Dogg's show, Joker's Wild. And then I'm also the daughter to this one, Mamma Mai.
Mamma Mai. And I'm on the Real Talk Show too.
Yes, and where else can people find you, Mom?
Whatever, you never know.
Just ask questions, let him talk, let him, ask as many questions as you want. Just be 100% natural. It's really important for my brother, Dennis, to be here because Dennis and I have grown really close, and he also was the elder one when some things happened in the past. The other person in the family is Kathy. She's a family friend of ours.
It looks like we are here.
Okay, nice.
Oh, what a nice place.
All right.
All right,
let you know how it
I'll see you
goes.
later.
See you, Mom.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a Home Alone.
I know, right?
Yeah, you're Home Alone. You're not Tyler. Oh, wait, don't you give me.
When the door opened, I was totally shocked to see two people, and I actually didn't recognize either of them.
When I see the movie Home Alone,
Right?
I watch it all the time.
One of the clients thought I was Macaulay Culkin, which, I mean, it happens, but it's been a while since my Home Alone days, so I prefer to be viewed as a medium. We both have great energy.
Thank you.
I'm excited to do this. And before we start the reading, I always like to just explain my process so you guys are familiar with what to expect. But the way that I work is during a reading, my job is to communicate what I see, hear, and feel. I'll take a couple minutes to scribble. I'll see naturally who comes through or what comes through, and then we'll hold on to the object in a little bit if we don't touch on it.
Does it bother you when you're scribbling if I just explain to my mom?
Yeah, you can.
Sometimes when people speak in English too fast, she misses it. So I just want to make sure she catches everything.
Gotcha. No problem.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. You guys can actually talk.
Yeah.
That's great.
We speak in Vietnamese.
Yeah, do that.
My mom and I are really close. And I know my mom, family's everything to her. But the crazy thing about our family is that they're very tight-lipped about things that they don't want to worry or bring stress onto others. So I have some questions, and I felt like Tyler would be the only person I could see cracking through.
Okay. There's that. It's just good to keep in mind when we look into family history, there was a reference of someone passing away involving an impact. And an impact to me would be like a shooting, a car accident, someone falls and hit, injures that. It's that kind of thing.
I'm a little agitated, man. I don't know. I don't know if it's it just seems unreal.
What came through was this individual who got in the impact would not have been able to have seen completely what happened to them as it was happening. She would not, or the individual.
It just
would
hit
be
her from
it's
out
like
of nowhere.
Surprise, like, oh wow, I'm suddenly hit by a car. Because
Okay.
it definitely feels like it goes back. This isn't like a recent event.
There's nobody female that's died in our family.
Má của dì Lan á, bị tai nạn chết á.
Oh,
Do you know?
I think that's my aunt. Cô Mười, my aunt, she passed away by car accident.
Right.
and she exercised like at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then the car hit her, and then another car hit her, 5 cars, and then later on they said they don't want us to come see the body. The body is messed up.
It's a big deal to me. We never found out who did it. They basically dragged the body under the car for miles.
Oh my God. And then they just left?
They just drove off.
So
They
you don't
drove,
know who it was?
Yeah.
Nobody can find the person, whoever killed her.
Tell me who did it. Who hit her with the car?
They have the camera, but they see the car, but they don't see the license, anything.
All I can speak to on that is, I didn't necessarily have the face of the person that did this, come through or anything along those lines, as much as she acknowledged that she herself understood that she didn't see who did this.
I just want closure or whatever.
She understands that family doesn't understand who did this,
Right.
but she comes through at peace regardless. And that's, I think, honestly, her way of just saying that she isn't holding on to that death. So.
Oh.
Okay. The babies. Weird. I have a couple babies coming through, which would indicate that someone went through either multiple miscarriages, lost multiple babies, it's that kind of thing.
So at this moment, you're channeling babies that didn't make it.
Exactly, that did not
Within
make
our
it.
family
Our
somewhere.
family.
I was supposed to have another child, you know what I mean? And then I have miscarriage before Daniel born.
Before Daniel. Okay, so another middle child.
Yeah, but
Got
I
it.
didn't know. That's time I didn't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
No, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
You know, like my mom, she have twin.
You were born a twin.
Twin, yeah. My brother come out first, and I'm the second one, but I'm more healthy than him.
Right.
And then the next day, he passed away.
Makes
But I'm not sure that's the one you're talking about, or you're talking about the miscarriage when I had, so I don't know which one.
It feels, honestly, there was a reference to more than one child that did not get to be born in the initial thing when it came through.
see.
So it very well could be the miscarriage that you suffered as well as your twin.
Because I just found this out about my mom having been born a twin.
Right.
And then her twin died.
It's like she knows her better than I do.
I know,
I
it's
didn't know that about her, man.
I know, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
What you experienced as a twin, and also through your own miscarriage, you never talk about that.
I think because you're too young, that's why I don't want to tell you about things. You cannot do anything. It's gone, you know what I mean? If I tell you and then make you feel sorry for me, so that's why I don't want to say it.
But then you don't realize that actually hurts me when you don't tell me something as serious. Like, these are things we don't talk about and we should talk about together.
Let me look there. Thank you. Okay, interesting. What I'll do is I'll hold on to it now and kind of see if anything comes in here. Because obviously we've covered some ground.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And what I might do is I might just flip the photo over if you don't mind.
Yeah,
If that's
of
all right.
course.
We'll just kind of see. Oh, look at that. It's a folder. Oh, perfect. Do that. I'll just take those out. Awesome. Oh, so sweet. So then what I'll do is I will try my best to just kind of navigate whatever comes in, and we'll go from there. And so for some reason, he's having me talk about his passing, and then he's having me talk about like school, education, academics. He's showing me like a college, like, does that make any sense?
Yes, he died when he was attending college.
It's my brother. He graduated as engineering already, but he wanted to move up, so he still continued to go to school. And then that time he died.
Có gì mày biết mày phải nói ra mà đừng có ngồi yên vậy, mày đang nghĩ gì vậy?
Tự nhiên mình nhìn tới mình là buồn ấy.
But mày phải nói ra cho người ta hiểu, otherwise mày ngồi đây mày ngâm nó kỳ lắm. Anh không biết, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just noticed a shift in my mom's energy, and I'm checking in with her in Vietnamese, like, why are you so quiet? What's going on? And she just expressed that as she's looking at this, it's very hard for her to
Of course.
revisit this. I just remember in the middle of the night, shrill screaming, like absolute, like just horrific screaming from my mom.
Right.
We wake the whole family up, and it turns out that my uncle died. The funeral and the whole process was a really traumatic time.
At his funeral, my mom crawled into the coffin
Oh my God.
and closed it on herself, and she did.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's hard.
My mom went into a deep depression and just didn't eat, couldn't sleep, and just was a zombie. I couldn't connect with her. So it's really affected the family, and he was a heartbeat of the family. I feel like, honestly, if I'm gonna look at everybody in the family, I relate most to him.
Oh,
He was the first in my family to hold me when I was born.
so sweet. This is so interesting. There's something very odd about the way that this happened as far as the passing itself. And for some reason, he's having me acknowledge basically that he does not feel like family would have had the immediate full answer of what happened at the time. So does that make sense to what you know?
Hell yes.
Okay.
We're all confused why it happened.
On the certificate, they say he died with no reason. Can he tell you why he died? How he died?
Let me try.
Yeah, please.
So the thing is he's having me talk about that and this is the weirdest thing, he fell asleep while awake. And there's a feeling of not feeling right, and then I feel like I'm asleep, and then I die. And it just keeps coming in, like I'm asleep and then I die. It's like I'm not...
Oh my God.
Trickiest thing. Showing me water. This is interesting, because he's leading me kind of towards the passing.
I'd always ask my family members, like, what happened to Kong Yat? Nobody could answer. People would say heart attack. Some people would say that he took a shower and, went to bed with his hair cold. And it just drove me crazy because that doesn't sound logical. Nobody had a correct answer.
As odd as this is, the only indications that I've gotten from this medically are from the chest perspective. There are slight commonalities with this to asthma. And there's just this feeling of like, I'm going to my throat and my trachea, and there's something closing with this and the way this comes across. A very closing mechanism that's making me think this had to have been a body's reaction and overreaction. This feels oddly like a weird, like when people go into anaphylactic shock, like an allergic reaction or things along those lines, it's very
it throws the whole body overboard.
You have to act quickly. I feel like I'm not feeling well, and I feel kind of like drowsy or not all there, and then I literally go to sleep and I die, and that's the way that this comes in.
It's true.
Oh my God.
That's true. When the police came in, they found out a lot of chocolate candy. So I don't know because of eating or what.
This is very detailed.
Yeah. So detailed.
I know about it because my young brother, he sleep with him like a bunk bed. He sleep on the top. My brother, he sleep, the oldest, sleep in the bottom, bunk bed. So in the middle of the night, and he cannot breathe. He tried to move back and forth, and then he fell on the floor. By the time he fell on the floor, and the top of brother, he heard it, and he jumped out, he saw that. So when he called the ambulance, by the time he get there, he died.
That's crazy.
Is he at peace now?
When this comes through, absolutely, without a shadow of a
Really?
doubt. He put so much of a focus on his family. If he was able to still be here physically, he would have wanted to be able to give to his siblings the world.
Oh my gosh.
I hope that you know your brother's always with you, you know?
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
How do you feel, Mom?
I feel it's okay, good now. I'm really, shocked because you say the right thing like that about he passed away when he sleep. That's true. Thank you so much for helping.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
You've never talked about him since the day he died. After that, we've just been cold about it. It's like locked up. So now we have to talk about it because we know that Gongyi is good. Yeah. You heard from him himself today, So we should be able to know that, we have each other through that.
Yeah, we have to say thank you to Tyler again.
Yeah.
With him, we can connect the family together. I will open my mind, open my heart to share with you guys from now. Yeah.
Really, Mom?
Yeah, I promise.
So glad to meet you.
Let him breathe,
So
Mom.
fun. Thank you, guys. So wonderful.
Thank you,
to meet
thank you.
I'm
Yes.
so glad that we got to
Let me walk
connect
down the
again.
door. Yeah. I love the purple.
I feel like I should call all my family members, tell them so many answers to questions we have now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight. I'm freaking out.
I am numb, but I'm so excited. I wanted to see my family. I can tell them the whole thing, what I just heard today.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I'll see
Thank you. See you.
Thanks. Bye.
Love you. Be careful. Correct everything. He just like he lived with me for the whole time.
Dennis, Kathy, come on
Dennis,
out
come
here.
here. My God, you cannot believe it.
We seen the whole thing, Mom.
What did you
What
think?
did you
How did you
think?
feel?
Oh,
What did
it's
you feel?
pretty unbelievable, man. I didn't want to admit that he was right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
right.
You were the
He's
most.
right.
He was the
didn't
biggest
wanna-
skeptic.
Yeah, no, even in there, he was struggling. He's like, oh.
Initially, I was kind of mad, and
Why were you mad?
partly because he knew more about Mom than I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Did you know that Mom was a twin?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's one of the.
You never talk about that, Mom.
But from now on, I will tell you everything about it, you know.
Yeah. But this is also a good lesson to family too, is that life can't be so busy that you don't connect each other with what's happening, because it all becomes a connection or a lesson in our own life now.